Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruby, this is Ruby Red, and today I have the Doors Readathon weekend reading vlog. This readathon happened last year. It was more of an extended version with a lot more prompts, a lot more doors, but this is a weekend version and I'm really excited. Huge thank you to Emma, Tasman, and Megan for putting this readathon together. It is like the most fun thing that I have seen happen like on BookTube in so long. It's so creative. It's so like, it's so much fun. So I'm really excited that I did it. And I am excited also that I was able to do it within the allotted time frame. So without further ado, let's get to the vlog. Okay. It's time, it's happening. Let's get started. How this works is basically each of the hosts post a video that is a first prompt, and I'm gonna watch the first part of all three of those videos and then decide which prompt I want to start with, and I'll pick a book that fits that prompt, read the book, and then come back to the video and watch the end. And at the end of the video there will be some kind of question about the book that I read, and depending on how I answer it, that will decide which door I open next, and so which video and next prompt I'm gonna get, and then I'll do it again. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, hopefully it will make sense while it's happening. Basically, yeah, it's 4 p.m. on Thursday, which means that it is midnight on Friday in the UK, where the hosts are based. I'm starting right now because I just want to. I do have like a little bit of work to do left today, and then I will be working tomorrow also. So hopefully I can pick an audiobook for the first prompt, whatever that may be, and then I'll be able to listen to it while I'm doing some work. We'll see. And then you know, it's a 3-day weekend. It's supposed to be a 3-day readathon with 3 prompts, meaning 3 books, and I just don't know if that's gonna happen. But I'm just gonna say right now at the beginning, I'm gonna try, okay? Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna start with Emma's.
The doors are open! The 1,000 Doors Readathon is officially underway. So for this first prompt, we're going to play a little mini game of Articulate. We're not actually going to play, but we are going to roll the dice and move around the board and figure out what our first prompt is going to be that way. Okay, I landed on nature. So the first prompt is going to be owl. The word owl.
First prompt option is owl. I want to watch all 3 obviously, but that, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The second door.
So the first doors of the weekend edition of 1,000 Doors Readathon are open. Okay, so your first prompt is... let me ask the audience.
Okay. Okay, let's watch Tasman's.
Hello everybody, my name is Tasman May. Welcome back to my channel, 2 Books and Tasman, and welcome to my first prompt for the 1,000 Doors Readathon Weekend Edition. My first prompt for you guys is the Måneskin's live performance at the Eurovision 2021 final of their song Zite Aponi. If you haven't seen this,
What?
you're in for a treat.
Okay, I guess I have to watch that thing right now, but I'm not gonna show it. I can't watch this video. It's not available in my country. So I'm gonna just like think for a second, and then like I'll be right back. Okay, after much deliberation and Googling and thinking about like how much I was gonna like try to bend some rules, which I think is very much like that's in the spirit of this readathon to really, yeah, bend the rules. But what I've decided to read for the first prompt is The Language of Butterflies by Wendy Williams. And I'm going with the owl prompt because I was just like, it's a nature book. That's it. I just picked a book that was like about nature and, you know, like wisdom, like gathering information, like the owl knows so much, the keeper of knowledge in some myths. So yeah, I'm gonna read this butterfly book. I got the audiobook. It's like 9 hours, so I think that is pretty good. And I think that I will listen to it in less than 9 hours because I will listen to it, you know, fast. And while I listen to it, I am gonna do a little bit more work and then bake some cookies or something, and so that will be fun. And I will check back in. I think I'll do like a halfway checkup and then like when I finish it. So I will see you once I have, you know, gotten halfway through. Oh, another thing that helped me to choose this book is that it was already on my want to read list. So I didn't want to just like pick something totally out there because I want to read the books that are on my list of books I want to read, even though it's like never ending. But yeah, okay. See you in a couple hours. Coffee and some breakfast. I just want to say that first of all, I did go back and watch the song performance that was Tasman's prompt. I didn't like completely ignore that. I don't think I said that before, but I did just find a different link to watch it at, so whatever. But I'm sticking with my owl prompt, obviously. And I'm about halfway through The Language of Butterflies, and I don't think I said anything about it, other than that it's about butterflies, but it's a genre that I'm particularly fond of, which is like microhistories. So the book is just like a deep dive into butterfly history, biology, ecological function, like controversy, scandal, everything butterfly. And so far it's striking the right tone for me as far as like lightheartedness. Like the author seems to be having fun writing it or telling the story, which I like. There's some very cute moments. It doesn't have as much of a personal touch as I prefer, as far as like the author sharing her own like feelings and experiences and like her butterfly journey or whatever, but that's fine. Yeah, I do like it. I listened to a lot more of it than I thought I would yesterday. I have like 4.5 hours down, so I'm gonna finish it today, which is great, so I can move on to my next door. And yeah, it's extremely, you know, it's good. It's not so far it's not the best like natural microhistory I've read, but I am really enjoying it. I'm learning a lot. As far as like cute pollinators go, generally I'm more of a bee person than a butterfly person, but I might be convinced like this is fascinating. So I'll see you when I finish. It's about 5:30 on Friday, so yeah, I did it in basically a day. So that's pretty good. I did listen to a bunch while I was working. I had a lot of really annoying errands to run today, so I was able to listen to a lot of it in the car while I just drove around in circles looking for parking for a long time. And I also worked on a puzzle a little bit while I finished it up. Very nice. About the book. I ended up liking it but not loving it. I think I'm maybe not the ideal reader for that kind of book. There was a lot in the book about not just butterflies, but like insect and plant coevolution and ecosystem interactions and different like ecological concepts like invasive species and like that coevolution. Like I said, like there was just a lot of stuff that is fascinating, but that I know already. I work in sustainable landscaping, so a lot of the stuff about insect populations and species diversity was not news to me, and so it was kind of boring. But the stuff about butterflies specifically was really interesting. I'm glad that I listened to this, and I'm honestly glad that I listened to it pretty fast. Like I think I would have enjoyed it a lot less if I had listened to this book over like a week, because it would have just dragged on. But because I was just like, we're not stopping, we're going. I got through the boring parts faster. So anyway, if you are somebody who is just getting, dipping their toes into ecology and learning about sustainability and like natural ecosystems, I think that you would love this book. But just for me, there was so much in here that I was like, I know this. So anyway, let's just go back to that video. Oh no.
Okay, my first question is, how did you enjoy this book? I'm going to give you 3 options to click. Either you gave the book a 4 or a 5 stars, it was really successful. Second option, you gave the book 1 to 3 stars, it was okay, or maybe outright terrible. And the third option is that you decided to DNF the book. You can now click on your answer to go through the next door and receive your next prompt. See you on the other side.
I'm giving this a 3 stars because of the things that I already mentioned, but also there was just some like language choices, like some phrases jumped out to me that I was like, I know that you have used this exact sentence in an earlier part of the book. There was a couple of weird, just like editing things like that, that really annoyed me. So yeah, 3 stars. Oh my god, I'm scared.
Welcome to door 2, your prompt for book 2. I'm Megan, hi, hello. I'm sorry you didn't super enjoy your first book, but hopefully we can change that now between us. I'll give you some suggestions on how to interpret it, but you can really do whatever you want, anything you want. You can bend it to whatever rule you want. So your prompt is...
a classic. Classic, not debatable, not up for debate.
Okay, here's the thing. I am about halfway through Mansfield Park by Jane Austen, which is a classic, but I really don't want to try to read that for this readathon because it's gonna, I mean, first of all, I'm already halfway through, so it kind of feels like cheating, but also, yeah, I don't want to be feeling so rushed. But the first thing that I thought of, which I'm gonna have to just check on some things. Okay, here's what we're doing. I have landed on the #1 Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall Smith. I know barely anything about this. I know that it's a really, really long series about a detective. I think it's the #1 Ladies Detective Agency. It's a female detective. In Nigeria, I think. Doesn't actually say on the back, but maybe it'll say inside somewhere. It just says in Africa. Oh, Botswana. Okay. Anyway, yeah, this is a detective novel. It's not that long, and I think it's a classic in the like detective whatever. It's a show on HBO apparently. And yeah, I tried to listen to the audiobook of this like a year ago now maybe, and I just didn't like the narrator. So I found this in a free little library and I grabbed it. So I'm gonna read it. A classic. Don't tell me it's not, okay? I can't handle it because the alternative is Mansfield Park and I I'm not doing that either. Yeah, it's a classic in its own way. Okay, good morning, good morning. I read about half this book last night and I'm excited to finish it only because it moves pretty quickly. So I wanna quickly read it. Let me tell you what it's about. Basically, we've got Precious Ramatswe. She is a young woman living in Botswana. She has no husband or children. And so when her father dies and leaves her a good chunk of money, she's able to open her dream office of a private detective agency. And, you know, she just wants to help people solve problems in their lives. So that's what she does. And this book basically follows her through several of her first cases, which range quite widely in like complexity and also danger, I think. But there's an additional case that she hasn't really taken, but it is like hanging over us. I'm sure it's going to come into play in a big way later on. But yeah, so far we're just following Ma Ramatswe while she solves a bunch of little disputes and other issues. And here's what I'll say about where I'm at. I think that this counts as a cozy mystery, and I think overall I don't like that. So I looked into it, and a cozy mystery is a mystery where there's not any like on-screen violence, and it has an amateur sleuth situation, usually a woman, and everything takes place in like a small close-knit community. That's the cozy part. And so yes, the violence there was a bit of shocking violence very close to the beginning, and I will say a sexual assault, which did not need to be included in my opinion. But because the writing sort of just like skims over it, like we're just like, this horrible thing happened and we're just like, okay, moving on. Like there's no emotional depth in that way. So that's frustrating to me because it seems to only apply to certain aspects of the story, because there are other things going on where there is some emotional depth. So that disconnect is confusing me. And maybe it's going to sort of resolve itself within the rest of the book. I hope so. But where I'm standing right now, I don't like this enough to feel like I'm gonna try to read the rest of them or even any more. And I also probably don't want to watch the show because I just don't want to. And I am excited to continue because there is that like overarching something is happening and I want that mystery solved. But yeah, the tone this is striking is just not totally it for me. So yeah, I will see you later. Okay, I finished. What the heck? It's 1:30 on Saturday and I finished the second book of this readathon. It kind of feels like I might actually do the readathon in the allotted amount of time, which I really did not expect. But yeah, this read so quickly. And I did like it, but it lacked emotional depth for me. I think that it painted a quaint, lovely portrait of, you know, life in this this area of Botswana, and you know, this one woman's like social circle. I mean, it was a very close story. Like everything was, you know, close. What am I saying? Basically, it just like there was not enough emotion for me to feel super invested in like any of the cases or any of the like situations. Like what do I mean? I didn't get a sense of Ma Ramatswe really having strong feelings about anything. And there were certainly times when she showed like a strong sense of right and wrong and, you know, justice and that, but it didn't feel like personal to me, even when it should have been. So I think that that maybe is just like writing style. Again, it could be genre specific, that like a cozy mystery is just meant to be a bit more like lighthearted and not too dark or deep. But I did really like that there were so many little cases within this book. Like there were, I don't know, 7 or 8 small issues that she resolved, and in, you know, doing all that, she would either, you know, it would be something funny would happen, or she would learn something, or I don't know. I liked that there was a lot that happened. It wasn't just like figuring out one big mystery. It was a lot of little ones. And I haven't read something like that before, I think. So I did really like that, but overall, this book was just fine to me. It didn't give me a strong desire to read any of the other ones. Some of the things I was really like eye rolling at, tone wise and like characterization. I don't know. It just felt a bit flat. So I will be giving this probably 3 stars on Goodreads, and I will be putting it back in a different little free library. So, but you know, that's fine. That's good. We're done with that. Now let me pull up that video again. Let's see. Oh, it's still open. Perfect. Okay. So let's hear the end of this and then pick our 3rd book.
Okay, you're back. Hello, hi. My question for you was the ending satisfying? I want to know. You'll have an option for yes, no, and an option if you DNF the book.
No. The ending did not satisfy me. It was cute, but it was not, there was no payoff for me. Kind of because there was no like emotional building. So there was no payoff. It was just like, the whole time.
Hello, welcome to your final prompt. And I'm sorry you have not had much luck so far with the books that you've been reading. So let's see if we can do better for the final prompt. This feels like a bit of a risk, so we are going to play the game Risk. We're not actually going to play it because it's about 300 hours long, but instead we're just going to randomly pick a country card from here and use that as the prompt. So I'm going with this one, Eastern Canada. Okay, it's not even countries, it's just territories. I remember now, I've played this game. So Eastern Canada, you can use this prompt however you want.
Eastern Canada, yellow risk prompt. Let me just see. I'm gonna have to check on a couple things. Okay. I'm back. And we're doing a little bit more mental gymnastics for this round as well. So the prompt that I got from Emma for my 3rd book was Eastern Canada, which is the province of Quebec, which is where my grandmother is from. And so I'm reading a book that is a generational family story. Okay? And that is A Woman Is No Man by Ataf Rum. I will look up the pronunciation of this name. And it's about 3 generations of Palestinian American women. So, yeah. I pushed it a little bit, I think, as far as the prompt goes. But I think that maybe like that's like part of the fun of Thousand Doors, is that it's like, here is an absolutely outrageous prompt. Do your worst. So I'm gonna read this book right now. I'm gonna log on because the live show for Bailey's book club, Shelf This Book Club, is happening in just a couple minutes. So I'm gonna watch that because I did read the book for this month and I can't wait to hear what everyone has to say about it. Oops. As I was editing, I realized that I did not take this moment to remind you, or maybe just let you know, that I am going to be hosting the September a live stream, live show, what have you, for Bailey's book club, the Shelf This Book Club. And I also got to pick the book, which I'm really excited about. I picked Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. So thank you so much, Bailey, for letting me like participate. I'm so excited, and that's all. Okay, back to the blog. And then after that, I have to put away so much laundry. But then after that, I'll be cracking open this book. And eventually, hopefully, I will be returning to tell you more about what this story is about. I acquired this book because my mom's client was putting together a whole bunch of books to donate, and I guess my mom saw the pile of books and started a conversation where my mom said, yes, my daughter reads so much and loves books, and then the client said, okay, well, you absolutely must give her this book, she must read it. So now I'm gonna read it. And that's that for now. I don't know what else I'm doing today. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Hopefully I'll go outside. Maybe me and Connor will play a little tennis, but maybe we won't. Only time will tell. Carbon will be getting a bath, so sorry to him. And yeah, that's it. And it's time for the live stream, so I gotta go. But wow, glad I managed to really push the limits on that prompt. That was fun. Here's the thing. I'm DNFing this book. I am just not going to finish this. A Woman Is No Man by Itaf Rum. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry to me because I don't want to read it, and so I'm not going to. I will try to explain what has happened. Basically, yesterday and then a bit more today, I read like 130 pages of this book, so getting close to halfway, and I just had to stop. It was so depressing and like not what I need today, or maybe ever. The story is about two, maybe three, I think just two young women and their experience with like growing up in a very traditional conservative Muslim household with an arranged marriage looming, and a whole lot of other stuff. I kind of thought that there would be, like, after some of the really like dark stuff at the beginning, it was like hard, and you know, that it would get better and that there was like optimism, but there kind of isn't. And even when there is, it's like so immediately crushed, and like basically the hits just kept coming, like the spousal abuse, the like you know, keeping women down, like woman must obey her husband, and you know, isolation, and there's just like so much dark and like horrible and tragic stuff happening. Really struggling with like what exactly to say about this story, because it's a story that is so far from my own experience or like anything even close to it. Like I have no business like saying you should or shouldn't have written this story, and I'm not trying to say anything like that, but I am just not going to finish this book because I don't want to. It's just like, it's just makes me feel bad. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this book and end the readathon. Like that's it, I'm done. I don't know, I wish I had the energy to actually just pick something else, because I would have liked to have had like 3 full books for this, but I don't. After that, I just need like a break, and I need to just watch some Love Island, and that's it. So we're at the end. I read almost 3 books, and they were all books that were either on my bookshelf or on my Goodreads want to read list, which is great. I'm always proud of myself for reading the books that I have said I want to read before picking up something, you know, random that I'd never heard of before. So if you have made it to the end of the vlog, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this came together in some way. I kind of think I might do this again. Like, there are so many other prompts within this 1,000 Doors weekend edition that obviously I didn't get. I only got the 3 prompts, so I might try this again some other weekend and start at a different prompt and see where that takes me. I hope you had a good time, and I hope I will see you around. See you next time. All right. Bye.